Hello, my name is Maddie, and today I'm going to be discussing the 4 different ways to deliver a speech. Have you ever been to a presentation where the presenter simply reads straight from a piece of paper, or they have their presentation up on a PowerPoint and they just read it back to you? How did it make you feel? Did you feel engaged, or were you starting to get bored and lose interest? This is something presenters must keep in mind when they're choosing the type of method they want in delivering their speech. So, what kind of options do they have? The first type of delivery I would like to talk about is called a manuscript. In this type of speech, the presenter writes their exact presentation on a piece of paper and they read it back to the audience. They want to deliver the exact words, so this is why they choose this method. Most times, this type of delivery is not desirable, but there are times where people will choose to use this form of speech delivery. Like in a formal setting, a minister may want to deliver a eulogy, and so they'll choose to write their words down on a piece of paper. Just like in a wedding, if somebody's asked to speak at a wedding and they're nervous and don't want to leave anybody out or any special moments, they'll write it down. The downfalls of this type of speech is because you're reading directly from a paper, you're losing eye contact. You may come off as unnatural, and it's typically just not ideal to use this form of delivery. Moving on to my next style would be memorization. Just like in a manuscript, memorization, you are using the exact words, but you're not tied to a piece of paper. You've memorized the entire speech, so you're able to keep eye contact, but you may come off as mechanical and unnatural. Also, because you're relying on your memory for everything, you may fumble some words because you forget a line or two and you don't remember what's coming next. So it messes up the entire speech and you're trying to get back on track and remember everything. So, this type of speech as well is not ideal. You may be asked to memorize a few lines in a play, but typically never an entire speech. My third type of delivery I would like to talk about is impromptu. So, impromptu requires little to no preparation. Think maybe you're at work and your boss comes by and says, "Hey, we just hired a few new coworkers. Can you give them a speech about what it's like working at this company?" So you have about a couple minutes to take all the knowledge you have from working with this company and deliver it to your new coworkers. It is a great skill to have because it keeps you on your toes and it improves your ability to present, but it takes time to build that up. But delivering a speech impromptu is a valuable skill. My last and most important style is extemporaneous, and this style is preferred in classrooms and in professional settings. The reason being is because the speaker is required to do an outline of their speech and practice. Practice, practice, practice until they are able to deliver it in a very conversational way versus exact words on a piece of paper. They know the material so well they can say things in a variety of ways without being locked down to a script. This keeps the audience engaged. They can ask questions, and the speaker is relaxed, comes off as very natural, and overall it's just the best method to deliver a speech. Now that I've talked to you about the 4 different ways, which to remind you are manuscript, impromptu, memorization, and extemporaneous, this is something to keep in mind the next time you're asked to deliver a speech. Thank you for listening.